What's going on, man? I'm back, man. I know I look a mess right now, hot mess, but more so to say, I know that's what they expect. All of a sudden, you're gonna judge a book by its cover, huh? Everything ain't what it seems or what it appears, and everything what it appears ain't what it seems. More so say, in a sense, so say to speak. But not to be all extracurricular or smart aleck. Without due respect, salute to everybody. I'm not knocking you, hating on nothing you do. But I pray for everybody, man. That's with the A, not with the E, with all due. And certain situations that I see, bro, and everybody got a story to tell. And just as well as people send those allegations against me, bro. What's going on? They got me up for rape. They got me up for racketeering. All these little type of crimes supposed to be. I don't know yet, but I feel like I'm still being charged in the heavens, so I'm gonna check the trap, as they would say when we throw down on these spades. But in the same sense, without do no disrespect to any of the Trump cards. But yeah, so it's just more so like I just want to make sure I had this for insurance more so credible to the fact, because it's a lot that's going on, man. It's a lot of blackmailing, it's a lot of extortion, it's a lot of trafficking, it's a lot of and the police ain't playing, y'all, man. They bumping down on everybody, and I ain't gonna say more so say the police, the FBI, CIA, all that stuff. They bumping down on people, those in higher. And it's like it's a warfare going on between police and CIA, because people in whatever area they're supposed to be, doing it for all the wrong reasons when it comes to law and judicial system and its contents and contacts and whatever it is. Okay, so say to be of that nature, dealing with law, and people using them for all the wrong reason, and it gets back more down into the system, which is supposed to be the devil or the matrix, and whom some may call it or address it to. And like I said, yeah, they going. They got a lot that's going on, bro. But you know, it is what it is. What's going on, bro?
This is gonna be working tonight.
But yeah, like I said, as far as the court, the justice, a lot of people get over because it's in the power, the authority to do so. And I just pray for those people, who got these bad hearts, man. And hopefully, and I pray for those that got the good hearts, because you can't be too good, you can't be too bad. I'm in between. I'm slick, not in between. I know that what I am, but in a sense, though, I'm not gonna make that define me of what I am. Is what I'm saying. So even though I do bad or wrong, don't look at me as though if like I'm being held accountable in supposedly the trials in the heavens and the circuits on earth, and as in heaven, for charges that I already did time for, bro. With all due respect, for my past, they holding passes against me. They trying to lure me in the system. You hear me? Like, with all due respect, and it just bothers me, man. And it's like, damn, what is up with all the stereotypic favoritism / racism and prejudice that's going on, man? And it's still going on to this day. Like, I feel like I'm being, targeted, and I'm gonna speak my mind regardless of how a person feels, because I want that for the record, not just for my sake to save my own self, as though they'll put it, because like I said, I wouldn't be in this position where the threat was supposedly initiatively gave. But I do it for those that's coming up, because they don't need to go through that, especially if I had to suffer. When Jesus entered the tabernacle, this really shouldn't even be going on, because when he entered the tabernacle once and for all, that wasn't even supposed to happen, more so to say to speak. So and people just getting over and just shedding innocent blood for no reason, and then you wondering why, and people stealing from guys anointed or anointed, and it sometimes I feel as though the way that the cards fall, it tends to backfire in a sense, and it's just that's just how karma is supposed to work. So I would say, just with everybody to really to dot their I's and cross their T's, be on their P's and Q's, because, I didn't even know, in a sense, more so to say about, how can I put it, a person can actually be more so drunk when you sleep, but yet, it's crazy. You can use that analysis or that metaphor, metaphorically speaking, and a person may have a disease, so it may be, narcolepsy, anything. So, and he drunk, like, People put their own perceptions, and that's the scary part about it, bro. But all due praises to the highest, how I feel, because it is. I feel as though if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have made it out of plenty predicaments. So shout out to the Creator. And shout out to the Kings, creators and everybody in high place. Like I said, I give honors to whom is due, bro. But it seems like every time I do it, it's never respected, bro. Or it's like I'm always making up excuse. I'm trying to get away. I'm trying to do this, the third. Like it's like people trying to dictate my heart. You feel me? Or use astrology in mixture with the Bible. You know what I'm saying? What we doing? Sacrificing goats, tours, what do you call them? Bulls and what else we sacrificing? Aries and lambs and what's going on, we guardian of the underworld, and not just of that, in the heavens also, and people not respecting what it is. And I'm not to just be taken advantage of, use, and just talk down, like, and not say nothing. Like I told you, you messing me, you driving me even more when you talking and you getting away with the fact and trying to cover up the fact, and I'm not gonna let that happen. And I'm already held accountable for that anyways. What are you living for? What's the purpose? And then I'd be selfish on that end. You see what I'm saying? So it worked one both two ways. Now I'm selfish for not doing it. Now I'm seeking to save my life because I'm selfish because I didn't say nothing. But I'm already, like I told you, put your own game on the other one. I'm already up on there with that Romans 1:18. I'm already knowing, because if I already tried it somewhere else in the area that I was working with, which was a bad, before I supposedly cleanse myself, and God supposedly sent His Son to die for me, and not just me, other people's sins also, but they won't admit it, of course. So and that was the final supposed to be the one. But I feel as though they both sent their sons. That's the demon, as in devil, and as in God and Jesus. So to distinguish between the two, I couldn't tell you. I don't know. I know I ain't stay quiet because I feel as though like anybody's story can teach them something. Nobody's story better than the next. So I feel as though I'm not to be looked at any more, any less. I want to be looked at as equal at the same sense. So, but because and for the record, it's experience. So and that's how I look at the situation. But with all due, like I said, I'll pray for everybody, man, for the greater good, because that's the only way you can get this. Because, like I said, through the initiative of the covenants or whatever it is, even though they were broke a long time ago, she wasn't loyal, but at the same time, she's still forgiven and forgave, and just as well as God forgives everybody else. And dealing with my, relationships that I had, and the relationship as in supposedly be Christ or the church or my husband's or my wife's supposedly so say to be. So, I always still forgive it, but, I forgive, but I don't forget, because that's a scar that I'm pretty sure nobody can live with. So if I had a chance to fight trial, which I am, a lot of people just blocking the fact in the courts and the higher ups, and, that's why I believe this is leverage for the record, because you make a, skim and scam and try to squeeze your way through, but at the same time, like I said, the truth will come to the light, and a lot of people can't stand the light. They do things in dark place they wouldn't do in the light. A lot of bullying because they feel they in a position. It's like I told you on the other one with the flock between Jacob and Laban, or Laban, however you want to put it, So, God kept His word as far as being with the less fortunate, Deuteronomy 7. But, and I know it wasn't my right hand or anybody else's, but, just so the demonstration of God's work can be shown through rather what that is, rather it's the child, the donkey that talked to the angel, whatever it is, okay. I mean, whatever your analysis best fits your perspective. But, I just, I ain't looking for no pitifulness or, forgiveness, more so to say I am, but yet I'm not. I'm not gonna force it or act as though if, because everybody gonna go through stuff. But just know I went through the wind already the first time. You got more criminals that's inside the judicial system than you actually do the criminal himself. You got more criminals in the judicial system. There's actually snitches and rat than there is actually citizens of the law and do what was right, and you underneath oath and covenant. So, and like God said, you use the weak to bring shame to strong, the wise to nothing. And work different, numerous ways. I'm not a Bible theologist or philosopher, but in a sense, I could pinpoint to certain directions, not to be specific, exclusive to where as if, but just know that my faith of least trying is all that matters. So, like, I don't even like when people say, oh, he's in church, we don't even follow word. It's not about that, it's my heart, bro. So, you know, it worked one or two both ways. I ain't trying to be perfect, because if that was the case, like you trying to say that I am, which I'm not, I would be God, wouldn't I? But yeah, you know, and shout out to those that understand and respect those who actually in the word and try to, you know, do something for themselves and just others and other than themselves, and, you know. Because like God said, you know, him who seeks to save his life shall lose it. If you lose your life for me, should save it. So I feel it's the right thing. And, you know, that way we don't have these I forgot what to call them. I would like to call them oppressors, you know, just doing it out of despite of wickedness and evilness, because it's in their power authority to do so, because they had a mama or a daddy that'll show them, or the sister, brother, or somebody, you know, that's in Christ, or whomever, however, whatever you want to put it to your analysis, with all due. But, you know, yeah, man, I'm pretty sure that's what God would do, because he did it for me, you know. And just like he said, as far as with Jesus, you know, as I do, you should do also. So I feel as though it's more for those that don't, because it's not right to be able to, you know, bushing foreigners and covenant foreigners and just praying on you. Like, I don't do stuff like that, bro. Like, right is right, wrong is wrong. You know what I mean? Like, you can say whatever about me, a lot of people, but you don't know me, bro. You know, you feel like I am because you've seen the way I reacted off a certain situation, so you want to stereotype or pinpoint me to a direction of what I am. You can't define me, bro. This ain't astrology. This ain't physics, as in the sense as a therapist. It's not that, bro. This is on a spiritual level. The dimension, the meaning, you know. This has to do with high science on some, you know, whom some may say illuminated. I don't like to really use it because I ain't too qualified in that area. But it's on some illuminated, Illuminati stuff, as though what they would say. But you know, I'm on some intellectual and growth and development, on some type of, pardon the body, excuse me, no offense to GDs or any gang, because organization. I just found that as a word in the time. So, because that's what we really need with the kids. And,
come on, right here.
because that shouldn't have happened. A lot of stuff shouldn't have happened. It's keep happening, and the world can't. You know, nowadays there's gonna be some eye babies out here, man, and people bringing their kids over here, bro, and you know, getting wrongfully and wrongfully confused, accused, and confused for the record, you know, as even though as I myself was. And you know, all because a person want to steal money and don't want to admit what they're doing. And then, you know, God shows a demonstration of why hurricanes hit certain places, why so many volcanoes, why is this so many. It's not going to stop, but it will be lesser if people will stop doing what they're doing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not to say that it's going to change, but it'll be a better understanding, man. You know, that is God's gift. He even tells you in Revelation, and he tells you in Isaiah, you know, the free gift of God is free, man. You know, those who thirst come on to me. Like, people being selfish, man. I mean, share, bro. It's not, you know, you introduce a person into the word, or you introduce and then something goes wrong because you ain't fully thoroughly break down when you should have never introduced them in the first place, and then now you're suffering. You feel me? Like, all because a person didn't want to fully tell the child, you know, to fully thoroughly investigate in a way, because this and this and such like this can happen, but you don't know that. You know, you understand that it does say, you know, anything taken out or written and be cursed, and you know, you see certain things like that of that nature. And woe to those who don't follow everything. And you know, you realize it, but you don't really understand that mentality that's with religion into the streets. I feel, so more to say. So when you going back and forth in between church and you living in poverty, that's not good, man. That is set up for failure. I don't think it should be like that, bro. Not to say, you know, hey, anything against those in poverty, but it's just more so to say, you know, surround yourself around good people, bro. Like, some people know what they doing intentionally, bro, just to be pure evil, bro. You know, and if that's what you is, that's what you are. You know, I'm no saint myself, but at the same time, know right from wrong when it comes to that perspective, or clean up my mess if I feel as if I did something wrong, which I don't. But like I said, I'm still the same as I was. You know, when it comes to different people, so. You know, and I wouldn't want nobody to do my kids like that, but they do other people's kids like that. So, you know, I'm still in a little shock and a little fear for my life because of the traumatism that happened throughout the streets and the penitentiary. Also, I know about Bob Barker. Please trust and believe. I know about sucking dick for a Bob Barker bar of soap or next bar of soap. I know about Smeat Burger. I know about giving myself up, bro. Like, so the apple don't fall far from the tree. And you can just imagine, a lot of stuff I ain't really started. When I was in middle school, like I told you the last one, I tried it, but then when I found out somebody told on me, and then it's like that change. It's funny because you could still be unconscious of what's going on, and then but at the same time, hard to explain, but yet still be conscious and look at the situation like uh, basically like I was conscious, but yet wasn't. And it's crazy that I caught a hold of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, boom. And during that time of when it was happening, and it's just, I remember just like that. But at first it was blank, and some people got to recognize that. And that comes with dealing with a lot of special disabilities and a lot of diseases, as they would call them, or sicknesses, and a lot of, it's really basically like the truth behind the whole theory is a lot of people don't wake you up in time when they supposed to. Like, not even let alone that. A lot of people just don't attune you when you're supposed to be attuned. They'll attune theirs though, make sure theirs know. And and set up the trap or the fiend, the junkie, the fix, or some things that backfire because God watches all events. That's why I don't play on the Bible. I used to see people, certain women, married, put their hand on the Bible and play with the Bible, man. I'm not gonna play with the guy's word, man. Smoke the Bible. Now I ain't gonna stunt. With all due respect, part about excuse them why, and to the highest supreme. But at least I'm honest, I told the truth. But yet, I felt bad after it. But when I was younger, even I smoked smoked the back pages, the white pages of it. But I never really smoked the words. Not that I know of my concern, but I have smoked the back pages words, and white, but that don't make it right. No sin is greater than the next, So I'm still guilty. But stuff like that, man, I'm just using it for a warning to those that come apart, man. Don't play with that word, man, in dealing with religions, bro. And like it said in one of the verses, I can't remember exact, but it's like, when it says leave stuff, you don't really know because you're thinking you're doing what's right, what God would want, unity. And then next thing you know, somebody got some type of organization or some type of that they feel as if, and they point and take your words and make it seem as if what is really not, because it's in the power of authority to do so, or they have the knowledge to do so, and flip people against you, and make it seem as though if you think you bad, you could take a word and this, you think you bad when you could amend condition, or they could take a word as far as well, if I say something, man, I feel it, if somebody do something for me, buy me a shirt for so say to speak, sneakers or pants or something. Next, I say, well, man, they don't fit because of their knowledge. What do you mean it don't fit? Stuff like that. And what you talking about, man? You know what I mean? Like, people crazy, man. Like, I'm just putting you up on game, man. A little bit of juice. I ain't gonna give you everything too much, but because there's way more to this world. Trust and believe, but it can give you insight on how to look at it from a perspective. Because you deserve it, man. These kids coming up, man. It shouldn't be no reason. So then now you can know how to pay attention. Also, don't end up like me and then got half your life taken from you, and then next thing you know, fighting your case is still in places where you didn't even know you can fight your case.